We're broadcasting from Chicago as the Bulls get ready to take the hardwood here at the United Center. For the Portland Trail Blazers, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills. And just couldn't finish strong. They took a 4-point loss in that one.
Yeah, nowhere near at their best throughout the course of that game. A scrappy performance, but in the end, just not enough.
Yeah, a lot of character on display, a lot of guts. You're right. Even as shaky as they were, I would guess they felt they let one get away from it.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Patrick Beverly out there at Bledsoe. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's John Henson. And it's Towns in at the 4 spot.
Guys, the Bulls defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
No good from Durant. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. About 1 minute into the first quarter. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Here's Chicago. Durant kicks to Carter Williams. Gibson the screen. Evans outside. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Towns sets the pick for Beverly. Bledsoe dishes to Towns. Clock at 6. And the shot is good. The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Chandler a screen. Carter Williams kicks to Durant. That doesn't go either for Durant. Beverly with the ball. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. He feeds it to Leonard. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Carter Williams against Beverly. Outside Durant. Fires from the corner. Durant with another miss. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to Indiana. Beverly with the ball. Now defended by Carter Williams. And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. Henson the pass to Bledsoe. Bledsoe with another miss.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
Carter Williams against Beverly. Carter Williams dishes to Evans. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Durant, that's good.
Boy, Durant showing us how it's done with that stroke.
Trailblazers trailed by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Henson, a screen on Evans. Down low. Gibson with the steal. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You look at Kevin Durant, and he does have a bit of an unusual body type. Still is fairly thin, even after 8 years in the league. Yet, up until last season, he'd been one of the more durable players in the league. Kind of like Reggie Miller in that regard.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Towns. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. Talking about Durant's physical makeup, some scouts were actually worried about his athleticism when he declared for the draft after just 1 year at Texas. At the NBA Combine, Greg, you were talking about this. He posted some of the worst numbers of all the top prospects.
He did, but I tell you what, he did blow people away with his length. 6'10", with a 7-foot 5-inch arm span. I mean, that makes up for a whole lot in this league. And as we've seen throughout his Hall of Fame career, I think it's worked out pretty nice.
I think it has to.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And Leonard gets it to go.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
The Bulls leading by 3. Carter Williams kicks to Durant. Carter Williams. And there's the pass to Durant. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Trailblazers trailed by 3. Passes to Towns. Great D that time from Gibson.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Here's Carter Williams. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Gibson the screen. Evans. The shot is off. Great D that time from Leonard. Dishes to Henson. Pass to Beverly. Now Leonard. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. And Chandler sends it back. Durant with a wide open look. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. And that's now 8 points for Kevin Durant.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Henson with the screen. And it comes off the front of the rim.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Right side Durant. Shot off the pick. Again, Durant missing.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Last season, Portland won the Northwest Division and had a good year, certainly, but they had some issues when they were the away team on the road and away from the Rose Garden. They had some problems.
Yeah, actually played under 500 on the road, Kevin. Something you rarely see out of a team that wins 51 games.
That's his first personal foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
So it's Portland now. 6-point game. Pass to Hazania. Now here's Vasquez. Guarded by Green. Out to the wing. Here's Azania. And there's the rebound by Dedmon.
That's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
Green kicks to Marion. Back to Green. The dish to Evans. It's stolen by Mahimi. Here's
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out in transition.
Now, here's Meeks. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And it's Green missing.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
There's the screen. Young's shot is off.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Meeks with it. And Young picks him up defensively. Trailblazers trailed by 4. There's the pass to Hazania. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Marion outside. Back to Green. Marion outside. Bulls moving the ball around. Meeks. And the rejection by Mahimi. And there's the feed to Young. Now here's Vasquez, covered by Evans. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Azania, and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Well, Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Meeks, good. 16 seconds left in the first quarter. Now here's Vasquez. D right on him. There's the pick. Young outside. With 1 on the clock. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And that does it for the first quarter. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's on the road tomorrow as the Bulls wrap up this home stretch. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season. A year ago, they each gained a victory at home, but couldn't secure a win on the road.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
And you look at how they match up. Certainly you could see them losing, but you would still expect them to come away with 2 wins.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the floor for Portland, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Towns. Then it's John Henson. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Beverly in the point guard position. You go back to before last season with Durant. He was set to lead Team USA to their tournament, but had to withdraw from the team club.
And, you know, withdrawing, Kevin, might have been the right play to keep him healthy. He still ended up on the shelf for a good while last year, but I still think it was the right decision on his part.
Here is Durant. After Eric Bledsoe's score, releases from 15. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. On defense, Chicago. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. They get a hand on it. Evans against Beverly. And it's Evans missing.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
Nobody near Leonard. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got his first bucket of the night.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Now here's Carter Williams. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And it's Durant, that time on the assist from Carter Williams. Durant's got 5 points so far.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Bledsoe. The shot will not go. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Carter Williams kicks to Chandler. Leonard against Durant. Back to Chandler. Shot clock at 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And it's Bledsoe. He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
That could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
That doesn't go either for Durant.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Bledsoe kicks to Beverly. Back to Bledsoe. Down low. And there's the 3-second violation. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Pistons in Detroit. Carter Williams kicks to Durant. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Durant's got his third basket of the night. And so here's Portland. They trail by 1. Seems every season, Clark, you hear the same thing. Portland Trailblazers had to deal with some tough injuries.
Kevin, it appears as though it might actually be a curse. I don't like to use that word, but the history of this team and injuries is as unique as any in the league. Last year, no different.
Clock at 4, and Towns gets it to go. Towns has got his second bucket. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way. And with the Blazers and injuries, even when they fought through pain, guys weren't at 100%. Aldridge wasn't quite the same with his hand injury.
Now here's Beverly looking for his first basket still in this one. And he gets the bucket.
Chicago timeout call.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And losing Matthews for the season was huge too, guys. I mean, every team goes through injury woes and bumps during the course of the season, but the Blazers just seem to be, at least in the last half dozen years or so, hit very hard every year.
For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Kazanya, he's checked in for Portland.
Come on, Chicago.
Bulls trail by 4.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team in the way they approach the game.
And Leonard has it in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark. The Bulls have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Evans. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
Now here's Beverly. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. There's the dish to Leonard. Goes up on the wing. And the shot no good, a bit short.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Evans outside. To the middle. Here's Carter Williams. The basket good off the assist from Evans. And that'll tie this game up.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Beverly, the pass to Hazania. It's stolen by Carter Williams. Got a piece of it. Leonard with the steal. From the arc. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
Here's Carter Williams. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one is on Towns.
Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. I mean, you just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Chandler. Evans comes in for Taj Gibson. Sean Marion, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Jody Meeks in for Tyreek Evans. Clock at 6. Here's Hazanya. And too long on the shot. On the subject of Michael Carter-Williams, his assists went up last season. His rebounds went up last season as well. But, Greg, the one thing you can't seem to lock down is his shooting streak.
Yeah, last season hitting just 38% from the field. You expect more out of him at this stage. But remember, this is a young player, and oftentimes your field goal percentage isn't necessarily a reflection of your ability to make shots, but more so your ability to take good ones. So shot selection, I think, plays a role for him as well.
Here's Hazanya. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J. Hazanya's got his first 2 points of the night. Well, Clark, you follow international basketball so much, and Mauro Hezonja isn't a new name to you.
No, it's not, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing him do things in the NBA. Only played sparingly up until now, but the talent and skills he possesses, they get your attention.
Well, Hezonja has been playing as a pro since his 14th birthday.
Yeah, it happens that way in Europe.
Nash is checked in for Chicago. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Mahimi's checked in for Henson. Hickson comes in for Towns. Young's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Patrick Beverley. For Chicago, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11.
And with Hezonja, it is all about what he might do in the future. He has great athleticism, very good size at his position, and already has great skill in terms of scoring the basketball. And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Offensive rebound. And Marion gets it to go.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Here's Hazanya. He's guarded by Meeks. Dishes to Young. Marion with the steal. Here's Meeks. That's tipped. Marion outside. Passes it to Nash. To the inside. Evans dishes to Meeks. Shot clock at 5. From outside the arc. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
You know what I like most about Hezonja is how much he believes in his own ability. He has tremendous confidence. Before the draft, he said he felt he should be the first pick overall. That's confidence, folks.
And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Now off the inbound. That's good. Hezonja's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
It's Meeks outside. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Feeds to Marion. Shot clock at 6. Near the three-point line, it's Nash. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Bulls lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. They'll be back in just a moment. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Well, they've really been aggressive, guys, on defense, and it's paid off, so why stop? Keep it up.
On the floor for Portland, we've got Kawhi Leonard, John Henson out there with Towns. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's Bledsoe in at the 2. Outside Leonard. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to the Detroit Pistons. As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. You know, Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries.
Chicago leading by 6. And that's Evans penetrating. And the rejection by Leonard. And they're able to recover. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Durant. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Assist goes to
Style and grace from Kawhi Leonard on that one.
Carter Williams kicks to Durant. Chandler a screen. Latrey. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Evans. Second chance shot. They get the rebound. They shoot again. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his first personal foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
At the line for the Bulls.
Take note of the work they've done on the offensive glass. Guys, they've got a ton of putbacks.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And both free throws good for Tyreke Evans.
And, guys, Tyreke Evans is so versatile. Great instincts, well-developed skill set. He can beat you every way you turn.
And there's the feed to Towns. Gibson with the steal. Carter Williams against Beverly. Here's Carter Williams. He has 5. Clock at 6. Here's Gibson. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Leonard on the wing. 5 points in the game. And back to Tyreke Evans. He's a big, muscular guy for a wing. 7-foot wingspan, that arm span we've all admired and read so much about. Too strong for off guards, too quick for small forwards. He's kind of got a ubiquitous position.
He does. And, Kevin, you know, it's funny. A lot of people have tried to place him in a box in terms of position. Instead of just saying he's a basketball player, the guy's strong. He's got tremendous physical attributes. Combine that with the ball handling and his confidence, and it gives you an interesting mix. I mean, he's one of the more unique, multifaceted guys we have in our league.
Here's Carter Williams after Eric Bledsoe's score. Now Durant. He's got 12. Gibson the screen. And that's good. Kevin Durant for 3. Durant's got 8 here in the quarter.
He's certainly starting to heat up from outside. That's his 3rd for the game, his 2nd in this quarter.
Henson with the screen. Outside Leonard. can't get it to go. Great D that time from Gibson.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Count that one.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And Bledsoe, here we go.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
Gibson passes to Chandler. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
A three from Leonard. Again, Leonard missing. Chicago with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here's Vasquez. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Picks in a screen. Lasagna's shot is off.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Shooting for Chicago.
Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Now here's Marion. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. 5 on the clock. Plenty of space. Rebound by Mahinmi. Poke loose. Here's Evans. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Reggie Evans.
And you look at Reggie Evans, he hasn't done a lot as a basketball player, but what he does really well. Rebound like a maniac. And he defends the post as if his family is in danger.
He doesn't get the second one. When one thinks of Reggie Evans, one word often comes to mind: hustle. It's through sheer relentlessness that he's made it over 13 years, Greg, in this NBA.
You know, he always gives maximum effort. The numbers and usage rate were down a little last year, but I believe he still has the fire and energy to give you a few good minutes every game.
Four on the shot clock. Shot's good from Young.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Nash with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. For Chicago, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
And injuries, once again, were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
Now, here's Hickson. Out to the right wing. Here's Vasquez. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. They get Steve Nash. And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Clark can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
Vasquez, guys, remarkable consistency over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, his three-point percentage went up a little bit, Kevin, but that's about it. I mean, it's possible. We just need to accept that this is who he is. I mean, he's a good playmaker. He plays with great enthusiasm and energy, and we need to leave it there. Don't expect much more than that.
Chicago calls timeout.
And talking about Vasquez, guys, good size for a point guard. Solid ball handler and playmaker when he's put in that role. But he needs the ball to be truly effective. And last season, the ball belonged to Kyle Lowry.
And the Bulls making a change here. Green's checked in. And Portland with a change here, too. Lure's checked in.
And for Vasquez, he doesn't have the foot speed to track opposing point guards. He tries to compensate with good use of angles, but he did do a solid job defending the pick and roll last season, using his superior size and anticipation in that area.
Young with the steal. Lure the pass to Hazanya. There's 1:47 left to play in the first half. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Green kicks to Merrill. And the wide open shot from Green. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Green's got his first bucket of the night. Now here's Vasquez, guarded by Green. Here's Lure. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Hazanya's shot is off. Now here's Green. Defense right on him. Evans setting the pick for Green. Pass to Evans. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half. Now here's Vasquez. He feeds it to Young. 1 second left. And the first half is now in the books. It's Chicago, up 8. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. The second half about to start here in just a few moments. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he's playing just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
Durant doing all sorts of things. 19 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
You know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
They've got Carter Williams. Durant is out there with Taj Gibson. And it's Chandler. And it's Evans in at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Beverly. Following the miss by Taj Gibson. Just 5 to shoot. That's good. That's 7 points for Kawhi Leonard. The Bulls leading by 6. And here is Carter Williams. Outside Durant. Chandler a screen. And Durant, here we go. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Now Carter Williams. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. They get it again. Another shot. And it's laid in by Gibson. And it's a 10-point Bulls lead.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
From 13, and again it's Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
That mid-range jumper is just another one of his weapons.
Last season, Portland won the Northwest Division and had a good year, certainly, but they had some issues when they were the away team on the road and away from the Rose Garden. They had some problems.
Yeah, actually played under 500 on the road, Kevin. Something you rarely see out of a team that wins 51 games.
Bledsoe dishes to Leonard. Chandler against Beverly. Back to Leonard. He kicks it to Beverly. No luck. And the Bulls going the other way now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks at BMO Harris Bradley Center in Milwaukee. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Trailblazers trail by 8. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Now here's Carter Williams. 5 points in the game. Gibson the screen. It's Durant with the drive. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Durant's got 23 points.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
They set the pick. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Evans against Bledsoe. And that's Evans penetrating. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it, are you kidding me?
Now here's Carter Williams. Pass to Durant. Gibson the screen. Tries again. No good from Durant.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Wow, that is just pretty right there. What a find for his teammate at the rim.
Here's Carter Williams. After Eric Bledsoe's score, Gibson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
That's his third personal foul.
You know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Kicks it out to Evans. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Evans has got 8 points. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to Indiana. Now here's Vasquez. Carter Williams covering. The kick out to Young. Now here's Vasquez. Defense is right there. Just 3 to shoot. Left block shot on the way. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Nash kicks to Marion. Back to Nash. There's a good screen. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Mahimi. Trailblazers trail by 12. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Vasquez passes to Hickson. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Now here's Evans. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Nash can't get it to go.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to 8 on the bucket from Vasquez.
Guys, you know, you're not going to hit that shot too often. That's high risk.
Here's Nash. Here's Dedmon. And he jams it with authority.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
Come on, Chicago.
Here's Azania. 6 points for him. Inside. Mahimi dishes to Young. 5 on the clock. Sean Marion grabs the miss. Marion's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Meeks. The 17-footer goes down. And it's a 12-point Bulls lead.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Now here's Vasquez, defended by Nash. Vasquez kicks to Hickson. Young in the corner. Hickson passes to Hazania. Portland again missing. The Bulls leading by 12. 20 feet out. Rebound by Vasquez. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Young. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Lewis checked in for Ian Mahinmi. Evans left side. And now here comes Vasquez leading the break.
And one area where they haven't struggled has been transition.
Yeah, I think that may be their ticket out of the hole. Look for even more of those quick hitters.
Chicago has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Nash kicks to Murray. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Meeks. And it's blocked. The Trailblazers have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
That will count. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Bulls lead by 6. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the 4th quarter. And we're set to start the action up here in the 4th quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Trailblazers trailed by 6. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th. Towns is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Bledsoe. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Henson in at the center position. They get it back.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
It's been a difference maker for them in this game. That's what's put them in front.
And Henson sends it back. Meeks, good. The Trailblazers shooting here about 46% for the game. Beverly dishes to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Towns in the corner. 4 on the clock.
Rising up and hammering it home. That could be just what they need to pick their energy up.
Wow, it definitely got the guys on the bench on their feet. I'll say that for a man. Oh, man, was that
And
fun.
no doubt about it, guys. That's one of those plays that will pick up his teammates. A lot of times, a play like that is just what you need to get the adrenaline flow for your team.
And Portland has possession. The Bulls getting the bucket. Beverly, the pass to Leonard.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what,
Agreed.
guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
Here's Meeks. The Blazers getting the bucket. And it's Green missing. Trailblazers trailed by 6. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Back to Beverly. It's stolen by Green. Deflects the pass. Leonard with the steal. Throws it up high. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Marion dishes to Meeks. It's blocked. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. So Chicago ends up going with a new group. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part. Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Bulls?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And when it comes to Michael Carter-Williams, guys, I feel like people either love him or they don't buy him at all. I mean, he has the size, he's a good athlete, plays hard, but he's also had some injuries, and he's been very inconsistent at times.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Terry Stotts as he addressed his team. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out-hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Thanks, Doris. Outside for Bledsoe. Here's Towns. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 4 assists now tonight. Well, going back to Michael Carter-Williams, he is a polarizing prospect. For example, Greg, and you played the position, he gives you a lot of assists, but he also averages over 4 turnovers a game. That was just last year.
Yeah, that's true. And he gives you plenty of rebounds and steals as well. But sometimes the shot also, Kevin, not necessarily where you'd like it to be. At times he couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. This guy just really struggled. But the talent is there. It's just going to take some time for him to mature. And the jury's really still out on him.
And Henson sends it back. And Bledsoe, here we go. Kicks it out to Leonard. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Oh, they keep the ball out of the cylinder, but pick up a foul in the process. 2 shots at the line.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
Now here's Beverly. Outside Leonard. Here's the 3. That's good. Leonard's got 7 points for the quarter.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Chandler was a bit of a late bloomer, but you can't argue with his presence on the floor now.
Well, he won a title and embodies what you need to do in order to win titles. I mean, Chandler makes all the difference on defense, and that's why teams will still want him even late in his career.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Carter-Williams against Beverly. There's a good screen. And here's Leonard from 3. Outside for Bledsoe. It's tipped. Leonard against Evans. Leonard the pass to Beverly. 6 to shoot. Here's Towns. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. The Bulls leading by 4. Now Carter Williams. Outside Durant. Lets the three fly. That doesn't go either for Durant.
No luck for him this half after being outstanding from outside the arc in the first half.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Now here's Carter Williams. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Good. 25 points for Kevin Durant.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
One of the most dominant players in 2014 was Kevin Durant, of course, winning the league MVP. Then last year, cut short. We know that he's now on a mission to get back to that level, and Greg, it's hard.
Yeah, you know, it all came down to health for Kevin Durant. And at this point in his career, I mean, he's got the maturity. He's developed the skill set. He's just got to stay on the court. And really, when you talk about the game of basketball, the rest will take care of itself.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
You know, talking about Durant as he looks to recapture the league MVP, he can take a cue from last year's MVP, Stephen Curry. Curry battled through numerous ankle injuries over the years earlier on, only to come out on the other side with his best season ever in 2K15.
Lasagna is checked in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Bledsoe. Well, it's definitely within striking distance now.
Yeah, but they've got to make each possession count on both sides of the floor. And getting back to Durant, sometimes adversity brings out the best in you. Adversity challenges you to rise above. And Kevin was already at the highest rung on the ladder. I think his opponent should be very afraid of what they're about to witness this season.
And it's the Bulls with the ball after the Trailblazers pick up two. From 10 feet out, again, Durant missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Bledsoe passes to Lasagna. Kicks it to Henson. To take the lead. Lasagna's shot is off. Chicago leading. Launches a three. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Leonard's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Bledsoe outside. Henson with the screen. They set the pick. The tray. The rebound by Gibson. Now Chicago's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And Durant gets it to go. The assist from Carter Williams. Carter Williams has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Now here's Bledsoe. He dishes it to Towns.
2 minutes.
And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
This is a tremendous solo run he's on. I mean, the kind we've seen him have so many times before.
Carter Williams kicks to Durant. Unloads from 13. And it's Portland with the rebound. Pushing it up. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
Got sloppy in a close game. You have to take advantage of every opportunity.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. Now here's Beverly. The pass to Towns. Back to Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. The dish to Towns. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Another miss by Leonard. Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Carter Williams. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
It's been a strong game for Carter Williams. He's got 8 points, and his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
You know what? He's the catalyst. He's the reason why this team plays with such harmony. And if his passing continues, they are going to be dangerous.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're behind by 2. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bledsoe's checked in for the Trailblazers. And he is unable to get the second one.
Missed a chance to put them up 3. That's going to affect how they set up on defense this trip now.
And Beverly kicks to Towns. To tie it up. But they'll get another chance. Outside Leonard. To take the lead. Cans the 3.
Boy, it's a scary sight when Kawhi Leonard starts lighting it up like this.
Chicago with the ball. Carter Williams dishes to Durant. Bledsoe against Durant. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Well, that took way too long. If they're trying to stretch this thing out, they shouldn't waste so much time.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
And the perfect time to be perfect at the line. Only a 3 can tie it now.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're down by 3. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Change shot. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
much to the